morning. This is posted at midnight for Friday, March 26th, 2021. Hannah, we've been doing this podcast for hella long, girl. Hella long. Hi, all.
It's been almost a year.
Yeah. When did we start? July? Well, it's been a beautiful
I just know
run.
season 1 was like 23 episodes, right?
Yeah.
23, 24 episodes. And then this would be episode
1
10?
million. Yeah, that's 11. This is 11 because we did two parts of Insecurity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then that's what? 24 plus 11 is what? 35?
35.
So, and then what's 53 minus, or I mean 52
okay,
minus
Mad
35.
Minute, you're going to have to slow down there. What's what? What's
52 minus 35?
20. I don't even know. I'm
17,
too tired
17.
and I'm dyslexic. I can't. I need to visualize.
17. So in the 17 weeks, it will have been a year. Because we've done one every week.
We have a math magician.
And we haven't skipped a beat.
No, we skipped one.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we skipped a Christmas one.
No, I made that one.
But I think we skipped one after that too. Anyway, skipping or not, Hannah really came to the rescue that during finals week for me. But today we're going to be talking about sex work and stripping. Yeah. We don't really have a lot to say on this topic, but we're going to get into it as much as we can. This episode's going to be pretty short. I want to keep it under 20 minutes because I'm crazy. I woke up at 4 a.m. I started listening to Sam Smith and I was crying. Like I cried really hard this morning. Because
really?
Sam Smith, I had like never identified with being a fan of his. And then I just like was like, I need to listen to the song where it goes, "You say I'm crazy."
His new album is pretty good, or his newer album.
Steven loves Sam Smith. And Sam Smith is really
talented.
Shout out to Steven. Yeah, we miss you. Okay.
Hope to see you in New York one day, man.
I know, we'll all be there. Hannah, sex work.
Yeah.
We were just talking about sex work and what defines sex work. Is prostitution, is that sex work? I didn't think it was, though it is like
I think it is
sex, but
because your argument was that what did you say?
I said prostitution's illegal, but there's sex work where it's like you would consider stripping sex work or pornography or people who do like OnlyFans, they would be sex workers. But then prostitution is...
So what do you consider prostitutes? Just prostitutes?
I guess it is sex work, but it's illegal.
Well, that's like being a mercenary. Killing someone is illegal, but that's still a job.
Mercenary?
That people do.
Like
yeah, you know, like for... Yeah.
Oh.
That's not legal to kill people, but...
But that's just like a really like vast way to identify work, the word work. So anything that you do.
Well, what about like volunteer work? Well, volunteer work, you don't get paid.
True.
But you're still working.
Volunteer
it's providing a
sex
service.
Work? That's what we should put on my resume. On a Tinder date, I do volunteer sex work.
I think work is anything where you're providing a service.
Work is anything where you're providing a service. Okay.
Unless it's like a friend or family who says, "Hey, can you do me a favor and help me move?"
Okay, then yes, prostitution is definitely sex work in that case. I think in the case. Prostitution.
This episode's actually going to be about what defines work.
I do not fantasize about labor. There's like this TikTok.
You don't fantasize about giving birth?
Like, what's no?
I'm kidding.
Fantasize, imagine. It'll rip you in half. Birth.
Well, that's why I don't want to give birth.
Somebody I know was talking about how they gave birth, and she said she was too young to give birth at the time, which I don't know what that means. She never disclosed how old she was, and she said it's normal for a woman to tear to tear when she gives birth. But she said that she started to tear so badly, they called it a zigzag tear. So it went like and it got crazy. That is like that's just not disgusting, but it's turns my stomach
It can be disgusting.
thinking about me zigzag ripping.
It's not their fault
with an infant.
So it could be disgusting.
That's true. Yeah, well, people get a bad rep when they talk about periods and stuff, being like, periods are gross. And they're like, no, they're not.
They are gross.
I think periods can be gross.
Just having, yeah, they can be gross, but that doesn't mean, like, it's not, I don't know. I don't think by you saying like, oh, periods are gross, I don't think that means like you're saying all people that have periods are gross.
No, I think everything.
It's like if you take away like gross. Who's having it and everything, right? Just like the general like the A poop, and B of what a period is. It's kind of gross.
The huge amounts of
it's just a lot blood. Of there's a lot happening and it feels gross and it's just not good.
So many fluids, so many smells with the periods and the devices that you have to use in your life. Pads, tampons, diva cups.
Those pants, there's underwear that soak up all the blood. I kind of want to try those.
The underwear?
I wonder how they work. Yeah,
I feel like
they hold like 2 tampons full. Yeah, I would do it at home. I wouldn't do it in public until I knew it worked. You know?
I mean, pads are essentially the same thing, but I don't know what it is about it being my actual underwear that kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'll be like, God, I feel filthy. I need a pad to do the same thing.
But then I think it sops it up like a pad does, I think. I don't know.
But it's just like
this episode isn't about periods.
Well, sex workers, when they're on their period, what happens? I don't know. I guess they just take
I don't know. I'm
off.
not a sex worker.
Do you promote women who do? Do I what? Do I watch porn?
Never mind. Go.
Yes.
No. That wasn't my question. I honestly forgot my question.
Do you think the guy who you listen to that you like on YouTube, you don't really like him, but he does the ASMR kind of like sex role play voices? He'll be like, oh,
why can't you tell my secrets?
We were gonna post it. Let's talk about it.
I know, but because I found it.
We're vulnerable.
Yeah, but
I found it too. I've looked up stuff like that. Just to get specific. I've looked up things around that. But it's like ASMR men voices, talking, breathing. He's like, step into my office. Oh, you like that? And it's just like, whoa there, Timothy. It's real sexy. Is that sex work? What if he gets ad revenue? That's your coworker. Yeah.
That's my coworker.
What if Timothy, that's his
hands all over my bare body.
Hannah works at a massage parlor, and I got a massage the other day at her massage parlor, and the lady who gave me massage said, I need a new job. She said, my back hurts. I hate it here. And I said, well, why don't you get a massage at this massage parlor?
She scheduled herself. She did. She's going to.
Did I inspire her?
So I hope she feels better.
Party. I'm so happy about that because she was telling me she's ready to quit.
Maybe.
She wants tattoos. She's got children.
You never know.
Party. What do you have to say about sex work?
Yep.
Yeah?
So anyway, go back to sorry, you're cutting out a little bit. My internet is unstable.
Well, that's not good for a podcast. It's okay.
Anyway, what did you say before? You said about the ASMR people. Is that sex work?
I think it's sex work. I think it's sexy. I think if you get an income from
if that's what you're talking about, because people do ASMR where they're just like or whatever, and then where they're eating or where they're just breathing or where it's like sound or I mean like rain sounds, like that's not. I don't think ASMR as a title, but like that specific one, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think people eating like chocolate soaps would be sex work.
Chocolate soap?
That's what they do at ASMR.
Chocolate soap. Like soap flavored chocolate, or like
soap flavored chocolate. Soap flavored chocolate, Hannah. Oh wow, can I buy your deli? Hi, where's your soap flavored chocolate?
What is chocolate soap?
Like a bar. It looks like a bar of soap, but it's just like a thing of chocolate.
It's
and they
chocolate?
go,
oh.
Or like a chip of
so
chocolate.
A chocolate bar?
Chocolate bar.
You're telling me I'm dumb for saying
soap. What did I say?
You said chocolate soap. Soap chocolate. I said
literally a chocolate bar.
Chocolate. You said you're dumb.
That is the
you know, like a chocolate bar. But all right, you're dumber.
I'm ready to move on to the next question. I'm dumb, girl. We've been new. I don't. Not quick anymore since the accident. Since I started eating soap flavored chocolate, my mind has been confuzzled. Stripping. Has that ever been? I've looked into it. What it takes to like apply to be a stripper. And I think you need a license. Really? There's like a license that you need to get to strip.
So you have to go to school, or you take a test, or what? How do you get the license?
I read it on a website because I was really considering it for a day or two because they freaking make bank, and I already
a lucrative career.
I'm a volunteer.
It's just not a long-term career.
It's not a long-term career, and it can get you into some sticky situations.
But it is, for the time you do it, it is pretty lucrative.
Mm-hmm. But if like people see you, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal anymore. I feel like we're moving past.
Like if you saw your stripper at the grocery store, is that what you mean?
Yeah, like a guy that you danced on and talked to for a while. Like if you apply for a job later on down the line and it's him working there, and you're like, oh, remember when I gave you a lap dance?
Well, that could happen to a lot of people though. Like not
that could be just in a club, like not stripping.
Yeah, that, or like you had a one-night stand with someone and then a couple weeks later you go in for a job interview and that's that person or something.
Could you imagine that happening?
No. I mean, slightly.
That would be kind of embarrassing, but not really. I feel like I might get the job.
No, because it's like, legal? I know what you did, you know what I did, but we're not going to talk about it. What?
Is that
to not give him a job because of that?
Or I think it's illegal, a job because of that.
Oh.
Not to probably, not give him a job,
but I don't think there's really a way to prove that. Either way, I don't think there's really a way to prove that.
Dude, people have sex, it's like all the time. People.
Well, yeah, but.
You know.
I just, like, in that situation, like. Unless he explicitly said, like, oh, yeah, I gave you the job because you slept with me.
Because you got that.
Or, like, good. I will give you the job because you slept with me. Like, you can't really prove that.
Or believe on record. I am giving this woman this position because she has the good sloppy toppy. Or the other way around. The woman giving the guy the job because he's good in the
see with more women of power or women in positions of power.
Yes, I agree. And I think that sexual liberation is important. Sex work, I think if it's safe and consensual, hey, have sex on camera and sell it at a profit.
Yeah, I wonder why people are so, like, offended by it.
I feel like it's a kind of an American thing to be
offended by it.
To see it as kind of a don't talk
it's so
about
funny.
It.
Sorry,
and in Europe, I've heard some places they're like tits out.
They're they're more comfortable with their bodies, I would say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the idea of sex.
They don't
just like, oh,
they don't, I don't think
boots.
they see them. Oh, I don't think they see them as like bodies as like sexual objects.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's more of a natural, like everybody
This is just a side note. Yeah, and this is just a side note, not about, well, kind of about sex work, I guess. But it's funny that America, we market ourselves as like the land of the free and whatever, but we have so many laws and rules and of things that we can't do.
Mm-hmm.
That are like, why can't I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that people who are,
why can't I get
I've noticed that contradiction.
If I don't want a baby, like you just saying, like the I don't think you said earlier that you think pornography is legal. I don't think it is. I think it's illegal
in California, not in Nevada.
What? Say that again.
In California, not Nevada. I think there's like laws in different states.
Legal.
In
no,
Nevada.
So it's not it's a state by state case. This is not a federal law.
I believe so.
Probably the only thing that's federal is like child.
Right. As it should be. That's not what we're talking about. There's no stance on that.
2 adults of consenting age. But then also, how do they do that? Because the age of consent is different in different states as well.
Well, I think
in some states it's 16, some states it's 18.
Really?
I think so.
I know that female.
I can't be saying all this stuff if I'm not being 100%.
I know.
Let me look it up so I don't confuse our listeners.
One place in America where female genital mutation is legal. People could do it.
Wait, I want to guess.
You know where it is.
Oh.
You want to guess what?
I do?
I'm just not.
In America?
You might. Yeah, in America, what place do you think female genital mutilation based on religion is legal? Well, I don't want the viewers to have all this dead
Utah?
air. No, it's not Utah. No. I'm just going to say it. It's Michigan.
Okay. No.
I already said it.
Why would I think Michigan?
Reasons.
What happens in Michigan?
I just know there's just some...
I don't know much. I don't know about Michigan.
Well, Michigan is like a Utah. I don't know what you're talking about. Michigan is like the second Utah.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Like for in like religion wise?
Well, I think the religion
or
it's I don't want to say the wrong thing. I really don't know.
Because when I thought,
but it's not Christian based.
Oh, okay, anyway.
Unless like I don't know the difference between Islam. Oh yeah, Islam is Muslim. Right? So I think it's a Islamic belief or practice.
Oh. Do they have
like
a high
population in Michigan?
Muslims in Michigan?
I think so. That's what I learned in my human sexuality class with the Bartels.
I thought it would have been Utah because of the Mormons.
But I don't think Mormons really practice female mutilation.
I know, but I just thought, I don't know, because I feel like they just want them to just be pumping out kids and they don't care about.
Yeah, they need their
pleasure or not.
Oh, well, in some areas they sew the vagina up, and it's like a marriage ritual for the man to cut the woman up when like.
Are you serious?
Time to consummate the marriage. Yeah. And
you're
they
lying.
showed pictures in the lecture.
I mean, you're not lying, obviously.
Not of the cutting, but of a sewn up vagina. And they only leave like place for the pee. And it's and then they went on and being like, why is circumcision okay? Because circumcision, we like are taught that circumcision is safe and clean for men, but in some areas of the world, they view male genital mutilation the same as female genital mutilation, and it's that
A no-go or it's a yes.
with circumcision.
Yeah, you said in like in the places that
With
they
what I
feel
learned
the
in
same about
class,
it.
with all the information they gave me, circumcision is a no-go. You probably shouldn't get circumcised unless there's like a very visible medical purpose.
Why do they do it so often then? Like,
Because
why is that like the first thing they do with babies?
there's history behind it with a man who had a lot of power back in the day. You may know the name. His name is Kellogg. He owns Kellogg. He was like really religious, and
Like
he
the
believed
cereal?
that the cereal. He was really religious,
Okay.
and he had a lot of power and money, and he like put it all his efforts in the laws to make it to where, well, he just didn't want people to have sex. He didn't want people to enjoy it. Like he never had sex his whole life, even with his wife. But he had a really
What?
close male friend. This is all I learned. This is what I learned in class. This is
He had a close
my education.
male friend.
Exactly. Anyway,
Okay.
something happened to where our culture started to believe through religion that sex is bad, and it somehow led to a promotion of male circumcision, that it's cleaner. But technically, did you know men who are circumcised feel 1/3 of the pleasure because of how many nerve endings are in the foreskin than a man with foreskin? Like your body adjusts to it, but it cuts it, like you lose some pleasure because of it.
Well, then how do you know? But you don't know, so
But
who
you don't
cares?
know. You don't know. But
I'm
it's
kidding.
still like,
Right, you don't know,
and he
really.
didn't have a say.
Unless you do like an adult one.
Mm-hmm. And what we say is like, oh, for
Is that a thing?
cleanliness.
What is like what I don't understand that.
The cleanliness?
Cleanliness of like me washing my body. Like that kind of cleanliness?
Yeah. But
Oh,
it doesn't really make sense
why?
because you could,
Because like bacteria gets stuck or something.
yeah. But a woman is more
But
likely to
can't
get,
you just clean it out?
yeah, you can. So we should stop circumcising our children unless it's like for a very clear medical prevention. I mean, if I never learned that, I probably would have been like, I heard some doctors don't even ask.
Do you think people get made fun of if they're not?
Yeah. I think
They just do it.
If someone's not familiar with how an uncircumcised penis looks, yeah, they're going to be weirded out. But maybe it's the same the other way around for some people. They've always seen.
Oh.
But in porn, in sex work, the only penis people see is like uncircumcised. The only vagina people see is like there's no hair. There's no.
Wait. You mean they see circumcised?
Yeah, circumcised, not uncircumcised. So our visual of sex is kind of messed up. But our real natural beings is a lot more. I don't know why we market ourselves to be so one-dimensional.
I don't know. But anyway, back to my original point of the consent. I looked it up. There's 31 states where the age of consent is 16, 6 where it's 17, and 13 where it's 8. California? I mean 18, not 8.
I was about to say 8 states.
Sorry. No. Sorry. 31 states where it's 16, 6 states where it's 17, and 13 states where it's 18. And California is one of those 13 where the age of consent is 18. Let's see. Michigan is where is 16. New York is 17. So is Louisiana, Colorado. Like, I don't know who decides what. Like, who decided that, but whatever.
I think people who
I guess they're kind of like, if you could drive a car.
If you're in where they make the laws, if you like lobby and you have the ends with the right people and you base it on like, I don't know. People are gonna listen to people who are really there.
Yeah. I never really thought too much about this topic. Excuse me. Topic, to be honest.
I didn't either. But taking that sexual
I feel
health
like that class, yeah.
Because I was always taught to circumcise my child. Because
my brothers
like,
were.
It's clean. That's what I heard. That's what I think. It's like you do it because it's like unnecessary, but it's kind of an invasive of a male's sexual organ. They don't need to. And the only other circumcision I think is through religion. I don't know why.
I thought the Jewish people don't get circumcised
until they're 13.
Or they do.
On their 13th birthday. That's what a bat mitzvah is. They chop your foreskin off.
Oh.
I think. Oh my god, I hope I don't get attacked in the comments. You dumbass. But when they're 13, they become men.
Honestly, though, okay.
That's the thing.
I do know what it's a bar mitzvah. Bat is for a woman.
Oh, that's bar mitzvah. They become men.
I was listening to my favorite podcast, everybody knows, Why Won't You Date Me, Nicole Byer. And she was talking about she was talking, there's a lot of Jewish people in the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking to somebody, I don't know if they were Jewish or if like their best friend was Jewish, but whoever it was recalling a story from when he was like 12, 13, and one of his friends was turning 13, and somebody had told him that they were going to do that at the party, like at his bar mitzvah.
And they weren't joking.
What? No, they were.
Oh.
They don't do it in front of everyone. That's weird.
They're like, come to my party. We're going to put it on the slab and we're just going to go, Kudum.
I want to say this totally could be something different, but I want to say they do it in front of the family, though. Like
I feel like we can't really say until we know.
But I want to say that's what he said.
Well,
I don't remember.
We'll look it up and we'll talk about it next week when we talk about college expectations and what to expect if you're a Jewish boy turning 13. Okay, you guys, I'm tired AF. Hannah, do you have any closing?
We didn't even talk anything about.
Yes, we did. We talked about circumcision. We talked about stripping, and I'm tired. I'm sorry. Could we? I don't want to cut it short.
I know, but we didn't even talk about. We didn't really talk about.
We never do.
The topic. You're right. We don't.
You always say that.
Title our episodes.
Episode 3.
It should just be like episode 3. You'll figure out what it's about when you listen to it. Well,
we talked about circumcision. I think is dealing with sex, not sex work or stripping.
We talked about you were going to ask me, I think you were going to ask me if I condone it or if I support it or something. Not circumcision, sex work.
Yeah, I condone it. All right, girl, what you thinkers? We'll see you next week. Thank you for listening. This was a real short episode.
I condone it too, just by the way. I don't care what you do. Just be happy, be healthy, be safe.
Be safe. Don't go into shady doctor's offices or anything.
Except for don't murder anybody unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm kidding.
Don't get caught. My dad always said that. Dads swear that they're all like, I know how to kill people, but then they don't.
I do know how to kill someone. I watched a TV show on it once. It was like a self-defense.
1,000 Ways to Die.
No, I don't know what it was. I saw it in passing. If you hit somebody like right here, like at the right force in the right place,
your pressure point on your neck.
Yeah, they'll die.
I think that's how some UFC people, like, they know how to kill people. Guys, I'm about to pass out here on this microphone.
My cheeks are my skin looks good.
It's the weather. Your skin always looks good.
No.
Queen.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to end this episode. Te amo mucho. Hasta luego. Keep yourself safe. Be kind to yourself. We love you. We'll see you next week with college expectations versus reality.